If you've been around in the TUGS fandom for a little while, you'll be familiar with how much cool merchandise the series has received in Japan. From the exciting Rain series to even collectible trading cards, TUGS has quite a lot of merchandise from Japan. One of the more obscure pieces was an LCD called LSI game themed to TUGS, being the only known actual video game TUGS received during its entire run. Unfortunately, the game, as well as many other TUGS merchandise, has fallen into obscurity, and not much is known about it. It is why I glossed over it heavily in my video on TUGS merchandise, as all that was known about it was the box and the game system itself. That changes today. Recently, I've been very lucky to buy the LSI game online, and after a little while of waiting, it has finally arrived. So, let's waste no time and look at the TUGS video game. The box art for it is very interesting, still using the iconic green coloured box design used throughout TUGS' marketing throughout Japan. The game comes with instructions, the unit, and a battery. I should probably say this now. Do not buy this game new if you're intending to use it. Being over 30 years old, the battery included has corroded over time and will damage the system. Fortunately, my system has still managed to work after all these years. So with some new batteries, let's look at the TUGS LSI game. There are 4 buttons to operate the unit, which are labelled in the manual as follows. S1 is the joystick, S2 is the mode button, S3 is the sound button, and S4 acts both as the start and action button. There are 3 modes in the game: the demo mode when you're not playing, Game A, which roughly translates to "Don't give up 10 cents", and Game B, which translates to "Sunshine is in a panic". Apologies if the titles aren't accurate in the slightest. Don't Give Up 10 Cents, or Game A, has 10 Cents hurry throughout the port as he has to dodge the Z-Stacks. The Z-Stacks represented are Zip, Zebedee, and Zorin. 10 Cents can only move in 3 lanes with the up and down directions. He can only move when accelerated with the start/action button. At the bottom is a distance meter, and at the top is a timer meter. When it runs out, the game is over, and when the distance meter is full, you progress to the next stage. This one is actually kind of fun given the limitations. It's fun zipping and dodging the zeros. However, it's abundantly clear this game has its biggest flaw, and you're looking at it. Notice how bright my setup is here? This game has an awful screen. You thought the original Game Boy was a rough screen? Get a load of this. This is a terrible screen that you have to be in a particular setup in order for it to look viewable. It ruins the game at times, and especially a screen that doesn't age well. The corrosion on mine appears to not even have much of an effect. It's just a bad screen. However, Game A does work really well for what it is. It's quite fun. Game B, however, not so much. Sunshine is in a panic, aka Game B, features Sunshine dropping crates onto 10 cents, as the number 1 switcher has to collect them by moving left or right and hitting the action button. I won't sugarcoat it, this game is bad. But hey, I mean, that's kind of a given that this isn't really meant to be anything more than just a cheap LCD game. However, despite how fun Game A is, Game B is just not fun. It's clunky hitting the action button to collect the boxes. The flickering objects are very distracting and affects the game feel, and the awful screen just doesn't help. Obviously, I'm not expecting this to be Game of the Year or something. However, I do think this unit is overall just okay. Game A is fun, and I wonder if any TUGS fan, maybe even myself, is up to the challenge to recreate the game's graphics. They're cute and appealing, just like the rest of TUGS' Japanese art. So, at the end of the day, do I recommend the LSI game? Well, no. It's fine, but it's way too hard to find, and I don't think it's worth spending a lot of money just to playing a couple decent to bad games. I only recommend this one to the die-hard TUGS collectors only. Still though, it was an absolute blast making this video, and I hope you all enjoy seeing it regardless. Thanks to John Hayes for allowing me to use a couple retro TUGS remix music that you've been hearing throughout the video. Thanks mate, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.